Hey everyone, Andy's free guitar chart videos here. And welcome to my YouTube subscribers, my Facebook group of friends, and anyone who's found this video, please like and subscribe and follow the instructions below to access Andy's free guitar chart videos, where you can access the charts and the videos in a fairly convenient format and read my comments, which I also post onto the YouTube segments. So today we're going to try and catch things on up. For those of you who've been following my videos, please like, subscribe, share perhaps, and enjoy the video. So we are moving right along. We're looking again at 425 sinking chords for long cutout and tripentatonic cages, every fret a fret nut, 60 fret system, all 12 keys. Pretty bold statement there, but I've gone ahead and proved that in the next two charts to its completion. There is no longer even a doubt in my mind. However, what do we talk about with sinking chords? It's kind of a not a very nice thing, sinking chords. It sounds like a sinking ship. It's the only way that I could really explain it is that when we take a chord like this, like a C shape, and then we start moving it towards the fret nut, it's kind of sinking into the fret nut, into oblivion, into music box land, like that. So that's how I got started on this. I didn't know how I was going to divide the entire fretboard, and I ended up dividing it into 5 fret cages. And the reason why we put we have two kinds of scales that are covered here: the cutout scale, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, then cut out on the G string 3, 4. Don't go to the 5, go to the 5 up here, and it goes back to the 4th string shape of the top string. So it would be 3, 4, then 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3. If you're playing play away, okay, if we're doing play away, I think I have a fretboard up here. When we're doing play away, and we're not going to cut out, it's root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, and then 5 here, and then up here to the G. Okay, the 5th of C is G, the 6th, 7 root string shape, and then the 5th of G is D string shape, 2, 3, 4. But that goes into 6 frets. It goes into the next cage, and of course we have our short patterns. You can't play the root short pattern because you'd have sunken chords there, sunken notes. So we would start, say, on the 2 there and go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4. Well, this is confusing. What are these 3 different types of scales that we're doing? What are the 3 different types of cages that we're doing? You know, how can we make this just one system? And that's exactly what I've done. So right here we have my most recent chart, the complete pattern stack 12 key hybrid string shape set. Okay, before we get into this, is it, the squared away hybrid string shape set, and guess what? It doesn't migrate anywhere. It goes right back to where it started from, but it's 13 high right here, 13 stories. That's bad luck, but this is a repeat, so it's actually 12. And you might have guessed it, 12 string shapes, 12 keys. How do we do that? Well, we'll jump right into it then, I guess, since we got to this chart. If root is the key of C, okay, root can be something different now. All right. Jeepers, where did I put those? Oh, there they are, up here. Root could be something different. Root can be C in a down C tuned guitar. Root could be in these diagrams now. Root could be D in a down D tuned guitar. Root could be E in a regular tuned guitar, or root on these diagrams, which is the bottom string, could be E, could be D, could be C, or it could be any note when using a capo with the R fret as the open note on the bottom string. Isn't that easy? So today, this is a little advanced. We're not ready to start right here. We have to review a little bit. So we look at these are the two different fretboards right here that we've integrated, the hybrid fretboards. So we have the long patterns, okay, and this is the long fretboard that just covers them all, instead of interleaving them, root 2 3, then 2 3 4, then 3 4 5, then 5 6 7, then 6 7 root, then root 2 3, 7 root 2. I've done them in like E goes to A, so that would be like what, a fifth, a fourth, fourth of A is D, fourth of D is G, fourth of G is C, that kind of thing. But it doesn't stay that way when we get over to the E and the C, the Lydian C. So these are actually modal scales. So here's Ionian, and these are just the seventh chords down here for the fun of it, to help us make chords. Okay, to help us make chords when we sync the chord. When you sync a chord, when you sync a C-shaped chord here, put a capo on where your E is. So this is your E guitar. Something like that. When we sync a C chord down to here, right, like this, well, what happens? We need to hit a seventh chord. We need to get one of the sevenths. So it's kind of useful when C is the fifth. And that's important in the fifth shape, because when you have the E going to the A, it's an E-shaped E, A-shaped A, and then without the fret nut there, or the capo, we'd have a C-shaped 5, which would be a C-shaped B. But with the fret nut and the capo there, we have to do a half C shape. So that's why it becomes a C7, right? Just like that. Okay, well that didn't sound good, but it becomes a C7 like that. Like that, and then you can do the lower version of it, which I messed up. My eyes are going. That's kind of a suspended chord too. You can suspend the fifth. You can't suspend the fourth. Okay, so I'll give you the reasons why. Because the fourth, if you suspend that, you're changing the key from the key of the root to the key of what? The key of the fourth. All right, so here we go. Ionian, Mixolydian, Dorian, Aeolian, Lydian, Locrian, Phrygian, Locrian, Lydian, Ionian again. Now over here, what do we have here? This is interesting too. And this is where I started with all this. I started with these tripentatonics before I got to the modals. The modals I started because I needed to play. I couldn't play beyond the fret nut with these sunken notes here. See how it says sunk right here? That's what I mean when I say sinking a chord into oblivion. So we can still look at that shape because we want to keep in the cage there to recognize the E cross A cross C tripentatonic box. So if we have enough fretboard, all right, to take the capo off imaginarily, now that your guitar can go from here down to D tuned, down to C tuned kind of thing, okay? So then we can do our tripentatonic E,